Welcome to Money Talks, the ultimate financial news upload, where knowledge meets in Parliament join the money getter duo, CC and Cecil B, as we unravel the mysteries of finance Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. From the latest in fintech, cryptocurrencies, real estate, electric vehicles, IPOs, and Wall Street, to the rise of robotics and AI, we cover it all. So tune in as we share in the spotlight on how Black entertainers and creators alike are shaping finance and tackling IPOs, giving you the information you need to thrive in today's economy. This is Money Talks.
Good evening. Today is Thursday, November 21st, and I'm here with your daily Money Talks news. So today we're going to be talking about stories of two Black Americans who have closed the gap. The first one we're going to be talking about is Sandra Douglas Morgan. She's the only Black female president in the NFL. Growing up in Las Vegas, Sandra Douglas Morgan never dreamed about making history. She just wanted to make herself and her parents proud. Her father, Gilbert, who's Black, and mother, Kilcha, who's a first-generation Korean American, would swap stories about experiencing casual racism at their job. While cleaning up after dinner, Gilbert was in the military and her mother worked in the gaming industry. But Douglas Morgan didn't need to eavesdrop to understand that she and her parents would be treated unfairly because of the color of their skin. She watched people assume her mother couldn't understand English and questioned how she and her sisters, Sonia, could be her daughter. Douglas Morgan, now 44, made a promise to herself. No matter what she did, she would champion equity and respect. If she wasn't happy or felt like she wasn't being seen, she would be a part of the change. 7 months ago, she started a new job as the president of Las Vegas Raiders, also becoming the first Black woman to lead an NFL team in the league's history. Douglas Morgan didn't always plan to stay in Sin City for the long haul. She was born in Whiteman Air Force Base in Missouri, but her family moved to Las Vegas in the early 1980s, after her father was stationed at Nellis Air Force Base. As a teenager, she set her sights on moving to California and pursuing a career in journalism, inspired by Connie Chung's evening newscasts. She enrolled at the University of Nevada in the 1990s, where she studied political science and communication. During her sophomore year, however, Douglas Morgan signed up for a class that would alter her career plans in the course of her life, constitutional law. She fell in love with the law's complexities, its endless possibility, and the chance to use it to build a more fair, accessible world. As soon as she finished her undergraduate degree, she applied to law school, ultimately choosing to attend the William S. Boyd School of Law at UNLV to save money. Shortly after graduating in 2003, she was hired as a litigation attorney for the Mirage Casino Resort. She became the Las Vegas city attorney in 2008, making her the first Black person in Nevada's history to hold the job. Douglas Morgan continued to climb the corporate ladder, working as the director of external affairs for AT&T and serving on the esteemed Nevada Gaming Commission. In 2019, she shattered another glass ceiling when she became the first person of color to serve as a chair of the Nevada's Gaming Control Board. This meant that at the height of COVID-19 pandemic, Douglas Morgan was responsible for managing the openings and closings of casinos in Las Vegas, an experience that taught her how to lead under pressure like no other. There was no blueprint. No one could tell me what to do, she recalls. I quickly learned not to be afraid of making an unpopular decision because ultimately I had to trust my gut and do what I felt was best for the people I managed and whose safety I was responsible for. The blend of legal business and political position on Douglas Morgan's resume, she says, has made her a more confident, adaptable leader and have a good instinct for what makes a strong organizational culture, all traits that, unbeknownst to her, would make a great NFL president. When Douglas Morgan first met Raiders owner Mark Davis in 2021, she told him to call her even if he needed business advice from a local, given that the team had just moved from Oakland to Las Vegas for the 2020 season. Months later, and after the abrupt departure of two presidents, Davis approached Douglas Morgan about the job. The Raiders had considered several qualified candidates, he told her, but her name just kept coming to the top of the list. At first, she hesitated. I didn't see myself working in the front office of one of the most iconic franchises in football, she recalls. Douglas Morgan sought the counsel of her friend's family, including her husband, Don Morgan, who played 4 years in the NFL with the Minnesota Vikings and Arizona Cardinals. Douglas Morgan jokes that she underestimated the amount of attention her new job would bring. I'm glad I did though, because if I knew what was going to happen, I would have been a lot more nervous, she adds. Before the season, she attended an event at the Allegiant Stadium for sweep and season ticket holders. She had spoken at length about the significance of her appointment and what it meant to be the first Black NFL president. Underestimated the amount of attention her new job would bring. I'm glad I did though, because if I knew what was going to happen, I would have been a lot more nervous, she adds. Before Before the season, she attended an event at the Allegiant Stadium for sweep and season ticket holders. She had spoken at length about the significance of her appointment and what it meant to be the first Black NFL president and around Las Vegas. To me, the definition of success isn't being the first, it's to have many, many others follow behind you. Douglas Morgan says, it's incredibly important to uplift and support the next generation of leaders. I don't want sports or other male-dominated industries to be a trail anymore. I want it all to be an 8-lane highway open to all. But Douglas Morgan wants to be more than a figurehead. She aims to make the Raiders and the NFL more diverse. Starting at the top, one of her first moves was to hire a director of diversity, equity, and inclusion for the Raiders. Her other goals include strengthening the Raiders company culture and engaging the organization in community activities.
734 Listening Library YouTube channel for self-help shorts and audiobooks. Follow us on Instagram at 734 Miscellaneous LLC to continue our journey of growth and success together. I'll see you at the top. Holla.